our ways. In effect, let's continue to walk the talk of peace as we have all been preaching. And the way we are going, if we double it, I can assure you, Ghana will continue to show yet another example of leadership when it comes to democratic dispensation. On that note, Madam Chair, we are so grateful to be here. Technical team at the end of this session will meet your technical team, and then you let us know all the things that we need to do to help for the rest of the process to be successful. I thank you very much.
IGP, thank you so much for your reassurance. As I mentioned at the start of this meeting, your presence here with the members of the heads of the various security agencies demonstrates your commitment to ensuring peace before, during, and after the election. And we feel very safe, I must say. We feel very safe. We'd like to thank you for your partnership, and it's good to know that you have taken on the security aspect of this election, and as you mentioned, you are going to walk the talk, and each and every one of us would also walk the talk. I did mention that as a commission, we are committed to ensuring peace before, during, and after the elections. We believe that peace is a process, and I'm confident that right from the start of this electoral process, our calendar, we have demonstrated in our actions that we are committed to peace, and we've done so by bringing on board the citizenry, opening up our processes, all aspects of our processes to the citizenry, and working with them along the way. We've also, as you may be aware, worked within the remit of the law, not going out of the mandates that we have been given by the Constitution and by our laws. So on behalf of the Commission, we thank all of you, the heads of our security agencies. We thank all of you, our media partners, for working with us, for partnering with us, for ensuring that the work that both our institutions undertake is brought to the doorstep of the citizenry. We couldn't have achieved the peace that we are enjoying without your contribution, and we are most grateful. So before we bring the curtains to a close, we encourage all the citizenry, the voting public, to go to the polls, those who are on the special voters register, to take the opportunity to visit the various polling centers, and exercise their votes, cast their votes in an orderly and peaceful manner. And we look forward to a credible and peaceful and transparent process. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. Thank you very much.
Shall we have a word of prayer? Almighty God, the King of Peace, we call on you. We ask the Lord God, breathe the life of peace on this nation. As we go into the elections, will you carry us through, and at the end of the day, we will ascribe all the glory to your name. Just we ask in Jesus' name.
All right, Felix, any ubedrun kran my ento kana waba my yedi nkomo na kana to aso. All right, Felix kwache ofusu na ene oye MP elect Abra Asebu Kwamankese with 11,000 difference and as a margin na ode ebiti ni opponent na yanko na kofarbai ma yira at Annouce Institute. Former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Koku Anyi Doho Ewa Hamano. So Koku anope yemwachi emwakwaba.
Yeah, good morning, Nana.
Now, what am to say?
Oh, Nakopon now, so.
Namia dom me hoye papa. Now, oh, on na vote as here. Hello, Koku.
My bank crying.
All right. Oku election yeah nansane ne ho results eba ye results na eba na eye onwanwa anase ade a in your estimation now expecting.
Well, when Amanda was na yenchia for na careful na fact that market dey impose and Joada ya sorry wo asungem. Well, Ghanaians have spoken. I mean, that's the beauty of democracy. Yani the 292. Say I'm fight to enekakabensem enye yamanyo sembio. We the abattoir and the bay yamanyo sem. And they say between 92, 96. And so that's the beauty of Ghana's democracy. I mean, Obianim say my ejuma equals a number of elections. So you see Saturday, everybody know Sunday, and then Monday. Minia, Saturday, and everybody my yina on my morning mumi be a poor movie when amoye juma EC, police, military, political parties. Now to the issue of the results, well, low turnout across all regions. If over 6 million voters didn't get out to vote, one-third of the voting population found the Tuaba. If I'm here, I'm not saying Tuaba. So that's one issue.
Okay.
Another issue is that, and I have been consistent. Say at the end of the day, say we kweku, we ama, we atwa, we kufia. Amanyo na wo domno, and I say amanyo na wo muno. MPP for Antwerp. I believe say floating voters so Antwerp. So within that space, the NDC got 8 votes. So it's an NDC vote that came out.
Analysis now why no sano hunu.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you look at it, if you Anka Dr. Bawumia less than 30%, another 35%, then you have, but every political party has at least 40%. What you do is the addition. So for me, at the end of the day, Enora, in terms of Ghana, in 2016, I'm a deputy general secretary. I'm a President Mahama, sitting president at the time. A group baby, and about one thing, every two, Senanado, Edwin Sukuni. Answer na easy, Bebo final result, no crano. Now President Mahama, Adietum. In general, Dr. Bawumia, also one chairman easy, and Bebo results or D2. Nana, I think that Ghana, your democracy, is growing.
Sure.
Yeah, you can. Easy medium. A group of dinner, one said, I didn't know year. No, Adietum. It makes the work even easier for the EC. Not a reducing tension. You see, maybe I'm quite sure I'm able. Until Dr. Bawumia conceded defeat. Or conceded defeat new year. Life became normal. So I believe that is that normalcy that we were all expecting. Say, the last interview I had with Adum TV, Adum FM media, I kept saying, I believe, that there will be peace after the election. And I'm happy that there's peace. So I have congratulated Dr. Bawumia, Vice President, for conceding defeat. And I've also congratulated former President John Dramani Mahama for being the president-elect. So what is left now is the transition.
Wow.
Then how the handing over will be done on 7th January. I believe this thing before.
Yeah.
I've been there, I've been part of it before. So I'm just happy.
Mekai, that's 2008 after election. No transition team near the one and communication near the Mekai those times.
2008 by this time.
Yeah.
They call. No, I was the one in charge of all the party communication. So yeah. I am just happy. Baby, I agree.
Well, who are happy with the Akoso Ghana for Nakasa? Watch congratulatory messages out there. Ama Mampeni Dadane, Vice President. What me a place equal to any of them? Ebia apart from say Otro. Meaning say we will be up at Tropa. But what me a place equal to any of them?
Honestly, no, I've not called any of them yet. No, I've not called any of them yet because.
Now, why do you say be on phone?
Oh, why not? Oh, why not? Oh, why not? Oh, why not?
Former President Mahama. Now, what Bonabaso? I'm
sure if you go to my Twitter handle and you go to other social media handles, you've seen that I've done an open congratulation. I've congratulated him for being president-elect. I have congratulated Dr. Baumia for conceding defeat. Me, from what I know, and they say, Oyakola. They didn't bear calls, but I think that in good time, no. Papa Muse, Kwembe me komu hobum, na mako congratulate you. That's what I am seeking to do.
Oh, okay.
Minjini say call no.
Matthias, and say in due time, no, overcall to say former President Mahama ho na wako bona baso ankasa in person.
Oh, why not?
Na mpese me hu say minim say for some time now no only wankasa o party NDC are falling out kakra issues ne one or two. Has there been a time wadwen ho say obehre na mo sort out mo issues na Koku Anyido ha nim no staunch member of the party no as taking the proper place ana?
Oh, I never. Well, you can use the term say I fell out with the party. I never fell out with the party. I think some 2-3 years ago, and I don't think we just didn't get here, or deputy, general secretary, and the created Babont is or no are suspending it. But there were no processes. I've never received any official letter. And all my interviews consistently, I'm still an NDC member. And I've said that consistently. Are defective or any other party. But all I have been seeking to do, Nanani said, let's maintain the supremacy and the integrity of the party. Now, my issue was with President Mills, the legacy. Sebe. President Mahama, Unya, Akwinyano between 2013 to 2016. Sebe, going to Nyan, send the Nyama, and what's the Edu Pensubi, Ananado, Ebeye. Nano Ekotram, with the help of Napo as a personal friend to the late president. That has always been my issue. Beyond that, I've never said the NDC should collapse. And so I believe that going forward, why not?
If you don't believe after say issue with the general secretary then no, you've not really worked for the party. I say you've worked against the party.
Hello,
Koku.
I'm here.
Me say, Ebinu believe say after general secretary issue, he said the all council was where you were free party, yemma official communication, you've not really worked for the NDC as a party, but I say only any bibiano, ekutia woman.
Master, and you begin the best social media. We're working. You see, I'm no longer an official elected executive officer of the party. And that's the difference. In the past, Director of Communication for the campaign office, Director of Communication for the flag bearer, Presidential spokesperson, Deputy General Secretary. It's not a mandate, In the past, how many years? I'm not an official of the party. And I don't intend to usurp anybody's office and power. So, limited. And so people may perceive that in my own small ways, in constituencies, in areas, who said that I didn't work?
2024 election, constituencies best are now more Juma.
But what say?
2024 election, constituencies be na ye mo adwuma ma NDC party no.
Oh, I went to vote in my village in Tanibe. Na me ka say, me found how me home. Say. And those who know. And so I have not had any issue with the NDC. I continue to say I'm an NDC member. And the records are there. Some is in Corbett, yeah. A voluntary organization. Say never be a Medina on the say. Say Medina NDC police benefit. I think it's gentlemen to me. But the issue I'm talking about is that, and I think I just heard my younger brother, congratulations to him that we're winning the constituency. Meaning, at the end of the day, the party has made certain promises and commitments. Over 6 million voters didn't vote. In Lanka, a year, overwhelming vote across the length and breadth of the country. And the mandate of Ghanaians across board. Even in voter region, turnout was low. 60 registration, turnout was low. So there are people who didn't vote for Dr. Bawumia, and there are people also didn't vote for you, President-elect John Dramani Mahama. How do you win their confidence and bring them back on board? And that's the issue. So there's a lot of work to be done. Promise now, 24-hour economy, 8-hour shift. It's in 8 hours now, we are not here. We about 8 hours. We about 8 hours. The friend is saying, university for first year, we are paying the school fees. So now you have the mandate. You have to deliver.
Na wish wakoma so ade pa say NDC beba power.
Oh, that question, like I'm saying, I have never maybe said at every point in time, the party is supreme, but Ghana is more supreme than the political party. Ghana, you can nanka just Ghana. Kaminu interview people into me. So it is important that at all times, and if you go to all my posts, all my tweets, with the Ghana flag, Ghana first, Ghana first. And then I've been here. Say Adena and all ye Ghana. And the answer then who say Okita NDC Puma no. Say the Congress 2018. And our Congress decided that Sapuma no. Ya just with him. The Yama Ebino for the Omkita Puma no. It is Sanko for no Omkita Puma no. Omunye sa Ejumano. Ye the Ghana, the kind go say a be anything. And that has always been my position and shall continue to be my position.
All right. Gogo, Cecia, President-elect John Dramani Mahama, Efrel to serve. Ewana Baimwa, Obako.
Nana? Well, we are working for Ghana. I mean, I have my things that I'm doing privately and quietly. I'm not doing so many things now. I'm not going to answer that question on radio or television. But I am saying that Ghana
also some Ghana and I mean South say Ghana mampeni for frya to abamani ofrel sebra Ghana na also
it is very hypothetical. Look, I don't doubt that the president has his people already that he has taken decisions with. He has people surrounding Mikai 2008, 2009. Said by this time, President-elect. Yeah, and we knew what we were going to do. Let me be fair and honest. As for being frank, I will be able to be frank. So I have not been close to the office of the former president. So to answer your question, if he doesn't give me anything, it won't worry me. No, it won't worry me at all. We will still serve Ghana.
But Omar Bibi Diabeji.
If he doesn't give me anything, it won't worry me at all. It won't worry me at all.
Omar Bibi Diabeji.
If he doesn't give me anything, it won't worry me at all.
Kogu, minimse oya odie nyina edi sa issues we num nyina aba and I say by between one party and I Professor John Ivasantamios ne legacy and I say edimpa was say ye bomano ewo adwuma obeye o man so far what say o mapenda da John Dramani Mahama nya akonya no wanye to your satisfaction and another Kufuor Ababe bibia ka kira ene the second coming of John Dramani Mahama president elect obe person obehwe I know beboa yeah, Professor John Ivasantamios ni dean in legacy and now person preserve no na wakoma to yem wana
yes why not
then aka
Usha Cape Coast Presidential Memorial Library President Mahama NABA no 2016 from 2016 up to now that project or not that library has not worked because you see in chair contract and the and so into all these years the Annouce Presidential Memorial Library Cape Coast has not worked. I think what essay. So now that he has the mandate, and I believe that in from something or year maybe a few more. Now one is going to make Obiansi. Almost if we believe that within the 4-year mandate, he will now consciously keep the memory of President Mills alive. And also honor President Rawlings. You see, there's something, and America is President Kufuor, in the next 3.5 weeks, he will no more be president of the Republic of Ghana. But President Kufuor, I am in terms of honoring past president of Ghana. And he said, Kwame Nkrumah Musolium, he himself President Rawlings, and a year. But I take on here. President Akufo-Addo, we innovated Kwame Nkrumah Musolium Akodu Pempensua Edruene. President Akufo-Addo, the Kopa Mecho, Manko Ebisa, Semamidi, Nameme, Namenda, Amibisa, Yupak. President Akufo-Addo, Eye, Asum Yupak. President Akufo-Addo, Rawlings Amikade, State Barrier, and some President Rawlings Ankasa, Ebekade, our President Akufo-Addo, Namresu, NEC. President Rawlings. Now, I believe that going forward, President Mahama himself will wake up to the realization that it is only good and proper to honor past leaders of this country, so that President Akufo-Addo echoes. Also, honor. Now, President Mahama, this only Richmond, also honor. It's another Bizania. Please. I have done my bit for this republic and this country. And I wish President Mahama all the best as he gets the mandate to manage the affairs of state again.
All right. Ogu, anapema mena wase obra waje eni edi nkomo.
Asadane amode yankobo nshiramo.
All right. Koku Anyidokoye Executive Director at Professor Annouce Institute and now to say yene no ebon nkomo no. O say yama ne hwe ya enyane ya na se enha no nti ho asem eno no na yebeto aso akọ na yedi enkomo uguso hwe Adom TV utie live Adom 106.3 insha 104.5 asempa 94.7 election headquarters Kokromoti power abato a yeto na nsane ne mu coverage ana yiguso a yede ema we na ensam ne bebre ewo ho before say yebekọ na yahwakodi sa nkoma with Felix kwachi ofusu ene Koku Anyidoho no na yiguso afi kwasi adima ma yenhwe Mahama's first 120 days social contract with Ghanaians na ensam no mako adumu nsia 26 points na number 1, nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval.
It is doable because wabedi umampanyinda intino nya fe na enya na de foforo onim say ifie 9 na constitution ama no kwan say omfa meye adwuma intino on delay obey said Trump was a Trump infancy idea so there but was starting
an appointment
exactly. And I think
about so my uncle Mustafa Bandi Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations my NDC Mustafa anope mo ache mo akwaba na upon him to say
Radia Yadom, Amayakunimdi, Amagana Punkunimdi. Vampire, a baby in the pepe.
Fede, what's Miadia home kakra?
Yanji, my home, a cra. I'm there. And near maybe a MPP for the past 1 million. Just in time, I find so. And a 2. And yet, Daniel may not by this time, such a 1 million.
A dear new man, 7 hours okay.
Election, yeah, you cool. In we. Presidential. But we are done electoral commission who declare first. That is not a problem. In re-election, there was no tension in this country. Would be Russia considered defeat. It should have waited for electoral commission, but that is gone.
Mustafa.
That concession was to sway us into jubilation so that they can continue to delay declaration of parliamentary seats. Okay, up to date. Anyway, we still have problems around collation centers. Declare. Why are the electoral commission officials delaying declaration of parliamentary seats? We have finished the election. Ghanaians need peace. We have to build a country that contains both the NDC and the MPP so that we can have peace. If you don't win, you haven't won. There's no way that NDC constituency be said because one could use electoral commission officer say some way be a fake pink sheet at the big room. And yet, Juma. 2. Election you call ye. MPP votes our own headquarters. And I'm organizing press conferences. And you are lying. The NDC4 are being violent. Look, free and none will be seen there. A tear to 2 a year to 2 and confer a heady wobble. What is the NDC Nimi, Abo MPP Nimi? It has not happened anywhere. Over 40,000 police stations. It has not happened anywhere. Any of the casualties happened with the military. Military phone won't to and who deployed them? The government. The NDC has been very disciplined, very calm. We will continue, but we are asking our party supporters to continue to be in full control of every coalition center until the last seat is declared. That we will not negotiate, that we will not bend, that we will not retreat. If the MPP want to sit at the headquarters and lie when they are trying to manipulate EC officers, we are not going to be swayed. How come you gave your land cruisers to military officers and they use for operation over there? If you come and say, I confronted them, let him come and say what I'm saying is a lie. You want to paint a picture as if the NDC is the one that are being violent. We are only being vigilant. And I can assure them that constituencies are no man are going to yeah, my name must will be our lose. One peninsula court. Chief Justice the MPP, so they should have confidence in going to court. Yeah, peninsula, one court pink shit. And not don't pray, we have videos that only military for any Ulanga, most stay ballot pink sheets, police hodum. When we are, what got trans in the welfare party for, and a matter video, and also they were winning. They haven't declared that seat. They will declare it for the NDC because we've won it. NDC have won the seat. You are not contending the presidential result. Why are you contending the parliamentary result? Man, so we have won the seat. The MPP have lost, and they have lost it. It is what it is. Violence using military will not end anywhere because the NDC is really, really very ready. But we have told our party people, so by this time, we must keep the town very calm. We must begin to unite with our brothers. We must begin to keep a Ghana that is safe for everybody. We must begin to ensure that even in the mood of jubilation, we should not do things that will escalate, things that will affect any other person who may not be of a problem. We should ensure that we don't do anything to keep the country difficult, because we have won. Beyond this, let me assure the MPP, their bogus press conferences won't change nothing. We are rather going to beef up vigilance at every place where they are holding a parliamentary seat on hostage. Let them continue to deploy any military officer to the place near everything. If they like, let them continue to push the military, the party military people they have, to any place near everything. No party person will leave any collation center until the last seat is declared. 2020 by this time, your parliamentary seat, parliamentary. It's understandable. Why are they holding constituency coalitions at hostage?
Okay.
Let the electoral commission explain.
Mustafa.
Yes, sir.
Say constituencies bang and problems. So how bet me abubama.
Another pre coalition. And declare.
Another pre and Soma do a and I have
a winning of flat.
And I have
a winning.
Afuano North.
Afuano Mancaso, a winning.
Afuano South. Ahana
Damango, Eho, and almost electoral commission office. Yeninano, Musi Yam Fanko region. Yet the quality origin.
I know why when I say office no.
Easy for Ode.
Why when I say easy office no?
Yes, you should yes, the police for you.
Okay.
Because nobody has the right to do that.
Okay.
And yes, the police for education. We will continue to advocate that our party people remain law-abiding, our party people remain very calm, our party people remain very focused. When you are that, the only thing I'll tell the MPP, they shouldn't think that anybody will leave the coalition center.
Mustafa, five constituencies here, our boy, any constituencies are problems.
Aye.
All right.
Problem here, the electoral commission officer, if I say, if you know, could declare number kidnapping, no, MPP for.
Omo kidnapping, no.
Aye, kidnapping in Ra.
Into a way.
After able to one Pamela region, woman the quiet origin. You're winning, woman, court. Let a person go to court. Let the court. The only institution that can order some of these things is the court.
All right.
You have won.
All right. Mustafa.
We won both parliamentary and presidential. You are not contending presidential. Also, you are contending parliamentary.
Your parliamentary candidate will win, but your presidential candidate will lose. So that one.
The evidence available to us.
So you can say you have evidence to that effect. But say Nippon contested presidential, and Timon contested parliamentary. That one, I don't think it's on point.
Yeah. They have the evidence that suggests that we have won. Baby. And that what of one? It's number sorry. It's not the end for the MPP. Look, we have 188. You are already insignificant in Parliament. Parliament. Business will still go on. Let us do it nicely. Let us do it quietly. If Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who have gone to run ahead of himself to go and concede defeat. No, please, because on your electoral commission.
But I'm surprised to say, oh, Kasan same way. And Assad Anopa, any idea, tension, ne wukumi. Can't you see, Mustafa, Mama Kwam Wakasan to be bisa question also Nyabuchen, Community. What I say? Sa concession ya Yera Baumia ye. Obia across the country, including a president-elect John Dramani Mama Abonabaso, say wama tensions near the number from Ted and I won't quadie, Ukaseti Asadi.
Not a young beer, was only million. Obi be Dibonia, not the and to my Peter or Catano. Election. If they are holding district coalitions at ransom, and you are conceding defeat. Marry the two. Also, we don't like to be very.
Dr. Baumiana inciting Koforma or Mohodi.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I'm saying.
But that's what you are trying to imply. And
no, I didn't say that. I said, sir, if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia concedes defeat, but at the same time, Electoral Commission officers at the constituency level are holding parliamentary seats to ransom. How do you marry the two? That's the question I'm asking.
But is Dr. Bawumia in charge of the Electoral Commission?
And that is what we must all deal with. So if we have this hurdle, 2020 by this time, you will be set. You will parliamentary election. Adia Chiama, Adia Sam, Adia Chin. Now still, you declare.
But Mustafa, we will be a politics as Deputy General Secretary. Him say he's in 72 hours. Mandatory, like to give out results. 72 hours here and so in Tiadena, Chinchia, say Bibi Kra Nenko ya, Muntram Momo and correcting na omon for the right thing into abontes and say, Mube force your moas or Mumfamrana mistake in Kobem, Nafi contest a betri.
No, you are combining two things. The fact that you are mandated 72 hours. If you finish in 6 hours, you have to declare. I'm not even talking about parliamentary, presidential. Presidential is not in dispute because the flag bearer of the MPP have already accepted, sir, he has lost. I'm saying, sir, parliamentary seats. Now you're polling station are you counting? Pink sheets are the back. That is what I'm talking about. That is where the tension is coming from.
But so collation the problems
so concurrently, I'm just saying, sir, MPP for Australia, sir, NDC for now, violent, and I'm saying, sir, go and check all the places there are casualties. Nobody have attacked any MPP person. Put this on the record.
Mustafa, my now I say constituencies now boy, activity reporters now on my update as to say corresponding to the whole canon and I say otherwise the BCB and the best about hobby why. All right, Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC in charge of operations, and I'll tell you what Kasana ma yenko. Enyin kremra CCA ye ba enkomoni de bebriwa ba be 120 days Mahames ye social contract with Ghanaians in 7 day wa brubi so pa ye be hwe se ni nyina no doable anase ho asem etise ba no pay Ghana Link Network Services omo na ye Unipass ne Adra Services CEO Dr. Nick Danso Abiamaje onu adwuma enfo nyina Ghana Link fo no pay tuche de mam papa matayechi ahwe ya bribi so messages of encouragement was coverage here ye kokromoti power election headquarters guso a emema guso wo fie ha ye nyanwe it's not over until it's over onim say ha na bato no ye chichire no efiri na hyase ne de kwakosi awie ye no so frenchim amwatime even on a year 7th January ye be transfer anase power e be free abanda dan nsema akofo from so nyina coverage and on the eve of 7th January no 6 January Parliament ibenya the 9th Parliament no ebeba no eno nso so ho nsunsuanso ne ade nyina yebere se ebema ye nya oba bia kwan mu nti koso a ene yen entina yeba sisi
is a strong negative correlation between peace or lack of peace or disruption of peace in a country and successful business in that country. The more we lack or the more we plunge ourselves into confusion, the more we also lose as businessmen and women. And therefore it's very important, imperative upon all of us to ensure that our constituencies, our stakeholders all comply and stay in accordance with the rules and the regulations that guide our elections. As I said, we in the security, we are doing our best. And specifically in prisons, I don't have enough rooms for more clients. So I prefer everybody being law-abiding during the elections, and I know we shall succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director General Prisons. We shall now hear from the Comptroller General of Immigration, Lawyer Kwame Esuatechi. Please, let's be clapping for him as he comes.
Good morning. The response does not look vandalistic at all. So you know where I'm coming from. Once again, good morning. IG, our boss, I'll seek your permission to stand by the existing protocols. I believe it's the first time election is approaching and the National Security Task Force headed by the IG invited the business community, the industrial players of our economy. As Mr. Ejiri said, and Ejiri is also an old vandal like myself. You cannot delink peace and development. And I can just imagine without peace how your investment that you have made, the number of people that you have employed failed. Because we are the beacon of light to the entire Africa. And everybody is watching us. And I know by the grace of God, 7 December will pass peacefully and we shall enjoy our Christmas as Ghanaians. And thank you. And God.
Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, we shall enjoy our Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the other persons at the high table who are not in uniform. So we have Dr. Srebo Kwaku from the Electoral Commission. And then we have the President of Association of Ghana Industries, Dr. Humphrey Eyim Dake. You are welcome. Thank you for making time to join us. We shall now hear from the Electoral Commission. Please help me welcome Dr. Srebo Kwaku.
Good morning, IG. Good morning, service commanders. Good morning to all of you. You are welcome to this program. I bring the greetings from the Electoral Commission. The Commission wants to assure everybody that we are using CI 127 for the elections, and we are going to go straight by with the details of CI 127. I will recommend that each Ghanaian gets a copy, because if you have a copy and you know what the CI is saying, if you know what the CI is saying, then you know nobody can twist the facts. I also want to advise all of us that we should fear disinformation and misinformation. In elections, I remember just after the 2023 DLE, there was a video in circulation in a room where somebody in green jacket was stuffing the box with a lot of ballot papers. And the claim was that it took place during our district level election. Whereas we all know that in Ghana we use blue jacket, we don't use green jacket. Again, we don't use classrooms. We do our elections in the open, but it was being circulated. I also remember 2022, there was this rumor that the Electoral Commission is going to create 25 constituencies, and all the media houses were carrying it. So I was invited to comment on that. I said, well, if there's a different Electoral Commission creating 25 constituencies, well and good, but not the Electoral Commission of Ghana. So don't be surprised that in the course of the election, maybe I'll be working with my brother IGP, the headline, Srebo Kwaku has been arrested. And they will give reason for being arrested. These things, if they have not happened to you, you will just not take it serious. But when you fall a victim to it, then you understand. Commission is going to assure Ghanaians that we will do everything within our powers to ensure free, credible, and fair elections. But I also want you to understand that election credibility does not depend on only one institution. All stakeholders have different roles to play. When we talk of stakeholders in an election, we are talking of people or institutions or groups whose action can affect or is affected by the election. So if whatever you are going to do can affect the election, or the election can affect your action, then you know that you are a stakeholder. Today we are meeting the business fraternity, and election has a serious effect on you. God forbid, in case after the election there's confusion, who will be your customers? Everybody will be looking for peace, where to hide. So you should be interested in what happens during the election. That is why I always say that the most important person during election is the voter. Before, if you want to be a candidate, you should be a voter first. If you are not a voter, you cannot be a candidate. If you are not a voter, you cannot register, join a political party. If you are not a voter, you cannot be a president, you cannot be a vice president, you cannot be a minister, you cannot be MP. So the most important person in election is the voter. Even those of us in the electoral commission, we are voters before we became staff of the commission. So as a voter, your responsibility is to go and cast one ballot. Only one ballot. You don't have to stop anybody from voting. It happens at times that if it's between spouses, somebody will be threatened that I belong to party A. If you're my wife or husband, you belong to party B. If you don't change, there'll be divorce. When you do that, you are not contributing to free elections. Free election means that every stakeholder plays the role without any restrictions, without any intimidation. So you say that the election was not free and fair, but you don't know that you also contributed because you threaten your spouse that if he does this, you will divorce or whatever. Even your own children, what you can do is to explain the issues to them, but allow them to take their decisions. The other stakeholders include the electoral commission. We are the administrators of the system. We will ensure that everything is done. Then the security services, they will apply the rules according to the laws of Ghana. Election does not mean that the laws of Ghana have come to an end or have ceased. Every law still works during election. So the IGP and his team will be busy protecting us, protecting our materials. But still they'll be arresting people who are thieves. So if you are working, don't think that because of the election, the laws of the country has come to an end. The laws will operate. Then we talk of the civil society organizations. It is also their responsibility to also organize people, their think tanks, explain issues to them. They should not misinform. Then the almighty media, they are the people I fear most. Because no matter what any of us do, they can twist it. I'm saying they twist, but they can twist it. So if the media also wants to be fair, they should give fair, equal access to all the media houses. They should not blacklist, black out others, and also allow others. Somebody will talk that if you are in their good books, they will polish it very well, especially those I can't speak in radio stations. One item in the news, they will use 15 minutes. They will twist. And if it is they are against you to negatively twist. So let us be fair to everybody. Let us play our roles. We have the judiciary. Whenever the security people arrest anybody, we expect that the law will be applied according to the tenets of the law. Those who should be punished should be punished. We should not be discriminatory. That you look at somebody, how for you, the same offense, you go in for 2 years. How for you, you are pardoned, don't do it again. In that case, there's no fairness. So everybody should play the role according to the rules and regulations. But as I said, let's look for CR 127. If you go to our Ghana Assembly Press, you get a copy of it. It should become a Bible so that every day you read. So when somebody is on air, be it a politician, media, electoral commission is saying something, you make reference to it and you do that. Article 42 of the Constitution says that every Ghanaian 18 years and above and of sound mind has the right to vote and therefore should be registered. It becomes an antithesis if electoral commission does anything contrary. The same way all of us should hold on to that. My advice to those who are saying they will not vote, don't be offended anyway. But I would say that there are 3 conditions. A Ghanaian, 18 years above, and of sound mind. So it is only the 3 that should stop you from voting. Which of them is stopping you? Are you not a Ghanaian? Are you not 18 years above? Are you not of sound mind? So it should not be said that I did not vote. You have to vote. God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sribo Kwaku of the Electoral Commission. We shall now hear from Dr. Humphrey Eyim Dake. Please let's receive him.
IGP Dampari and your leadership of the task force in charge of the election. I believe this decision of bringing the private sector to such an engagement is courageous. It is progressive, it is intentional, and we welcome it. Over the years of election, this innovation has never been the case. So I had a call from one of your lieutenants to put together colleagues in the private sector to engage. May I take the opportunity to acknowledge them accordingly. I do have here gathered the Chamber of Oil Bulk Distributors. Presumably you could identify yourself for the cameras. I do have Ghana Employers Association, the president and his vice president. I do have the Bankers Association also here. I have the Chamber of Mines also here. And I do have GUTA, members of the Trade Association. And finally, I have the Association of Ghana Industry also represented. IG, we are grateful for this opportunity. As indicated earlier, it's never been the case. And in the delivery of one of our colleagues, he indicated that there is a correlation between a peaceful, stable democracy and business. As I reflected on it, because this came as a surprise to put in a word for the private sector, it is multifaceted, that one can admit, and it's very significant to have such an opportunity. That the private sector over the years has captured our cliche that we are the engine of growth. And IG has deliberately, and I mentioned, that has been intentional, that has been purposeful. The private sector seeks to see a predictable business environment as one of the factors to which we appreciate this engagement. It's our wish to make sure that our investments are secured, whether they are domestic or international. It's our wish to also make sure that we have an efficient market where the supply chains are not disrupted, where demand for our goods and fair competition, it's part of our daily activities and assurance. In the said context, we also believe that the rule of law, which you lead the charge on, is pretty important in every democratic dispensation. The participation of citizens in an election process is a must, and we are glad that you have put together such an initiative to give us the assurance that we need. Thirdly, transparency and accountability are the hallmark of a peaceful and a stable democratic era. We believe this is the cause for this gathering. As we seek to do this, Our role as a business community and the private sector is job creation, economic integration, corporate social responsibility, and many more. This few that I've listed is to demonstrate to you the multifaceted position that we find ourselves in. And the correlation, as indicated earlier, is a fact. And we can only say to IG that we are grateful to this opportunity. We will pledge our support, first and foremost, to vote as citizens. Secondly, to call by your free lines where we see situations that are untoward. We could call, and then your team could be supportive in doing what is needful. And finally, we pledge our support that we'll support you through this very engagement. And this innovation shall be repeated and make our nation great and strong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Humphrey Eyim Dake. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Brigadier General Emmanuel Nyante, Director Admin at the Army Headquarters, representing the Ghana Armed Forces. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to invite the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare.
Everyone who spoke before me stood on the existing protocol. Now, I'm not sure how tall it has become. On behalf of my colleagues, we want to welcome you once again to this place. And I'm not going to speak a lot because we want to hear from you. But the first thing I want to say is this. Please, just stand up for me, I beg you. Just stand up for me. And let us clap for ourselves. Unfortunately, clap again, and yet you don't know why you are clapping. Now please sit down. We have to clap for ourselves as Ghanaians for how we have conducted ourselves, and for that reason, God has been merciful towards us for us to continue to enjoy this peace that we are having. So you deserve an appreciation yourself, and the collectiveness of Ghana and Ghanaians also deserve that. And this should serve as our motivation going into the election and the post-election period. Let us remember that we have been appreciated for what we have achieved so far. So we cannot, and I repeat, we cannot go back on our way. The only thing that we can do is to ask for more appreciation at the end of the day because of how we have conducted ourselves at the election. The second point I would like also to make is the fact that the president of Association of Ghana Industry, speaking on your behalf, said that he appreciates this innovation. It is simple. I did indicate to them at an informal session that you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. In effect, you want mangoes, yes, you keep planting oranges, and you're expecting that when the harvest comes, you'll be harvesting mangoes. It won't happen. So we decided to do a lot of soul searching and become better than we have been with all the previous elections put together. So we don't want to be better than the election last one, but we want to be better in terms of the security than all the elections in terms of how they succeeded in providing security put together. We want to be better than that. And that's the assurance we want to give you. We therefore want to tell you to relax. Make all your projections into the future. Because this democracy of ours has come to stay, and we will protect it with every fiber of our being for the sake of the generation after us. That is why our plan for this election and beyond the blueprint we have developed for the first time in the history of this country to mainstream election security into the totality of security arrangement and make election security a process and not an event, we have 30 years from now in mind. So it means that if you divide by 4 years, you know how many elections will be conducted before probably that document is reviewed. So go out there and make all the big investment that will make a difference in the life of your employees, in the life of your communities, in the life of this country. And leave the election security for us and just play your part. The next point we also want to assure you is that in order to work with everybody, with the intelligence structures we put in place, we've gone a step further for the first time again, establishing a toll-free number to help us get intelligence across the country beyond the intelligence that we are gathering from the people we put across the country to get us our own people. We want to extend that privilege to the Ghanaian people to support us by giving us information to the center. And that number that you can access us on, if you don't want to have a one-on-one with a regional commander, a district commander, or a divisional commander, you can call for you to live here. And where you are today, fortunately, with all the groups that we've met, you are the first to be at this press center for the elections. This one has been set up purposely to give constant briefing to the country. If it has to come to brief every second, we will be. And the press will be here to carry the message so that we'll go and work together and avoid this issue of misinformation and disinformation. We want to assure you that we will do whatever it takes to protect this country for your investment and your businesses also to be protected. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Inspector General of Police and Chairman of the National Election Security Task Force. I would like to acknowledge the attendance of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Can you please give me a wave? Thank you so much. We are happy you made time to join us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the first session of this morning's engagements. May I humbly request the press to excuse us, after which we will have a closed door session. Thank you very much.
I'm telling you, who can be this? Said the name of
Okay.
It's yes, Romo. Omuntu but bubu offices. Omukoye baby no. Omuntu boss mine. Na Ghana e ba kope. Na yen konkan.
Honorable Chumberry ma me na wasipi Chiadoma East for nyina. So what so constituency ana?
More constituency me feel this week here na my back. I'm one to see here.
O to na ntwe bizan ka de victory party.
That me man to be asapo.
Okay. So ne nkaja ya drum ke be twitwa kakra na e dey free.
Baba try be free. You try be free.
We do nka na o mate nka honorable.
Mate that.
All right. Honorable Chumberry ma Doma East. Mrashebedwani na oti se yene kasa no Olusu City no to NDC. Honorable Sylvester Tete enso ewa homa no so ma yenko.
Oh, send it there. Organ ejuma o se ye. O personal ejuma o se o ye. O constituency ejuma o ye. Me da ho ye Mrashebedwani until 6th of January 2025. Nti anope ye constituency ejuma ye be koso ayi aban ejuma. O man ejuma.
Honorable, ebane say na akunwen menim say na den die from Ningo Pram to Botiano oba ye be so mu na wadi nkunim na wo hwese nka obekurem a consolidate mu gains menim say nwuma hodo de waye bi to the extent say na Premier League teams kra timi bobo wo constituency ni ade na fe de yenkoto aba ato for me.
When you are with us, Mammy Chia, a tea for you, and Chairman Pessoa for Mutimi. Mimo Biatia, Omomunyamba, Bifia, no more for me. Who ya pa, when you got the phobic brew or when you come back for me, but Abanis, I won't him how I own Befro Crampo. Mimo ya papa, and Michia will be answer no pay. Do number common answers are quite cochiamo. Minia, no crack. A man you Sabi, me mandate here 4 years. 4 years and now Mudimame.
Okay.
Until the day I'll be call office as I best swear we I said I was all prepared for the next one. So either you edit it or you continue. And the way I'm rushing with I was a mandate to demand 4 years. 4 years a day now the aye. I said, "What? You bet Kai was there. Ubo humodi and I said one more humodi." Now media and the constituency have a PA. After the that me a proud member of parliament that I've served my people well. Project depending na the back constituency. I've helped to bring the project here. You've just made mention of Tuba Aspect and I have venue for Premier League teams.
Yeah.
Within that Tobesunda I said we'll call the whole coastal stretch. And then no be any na the secondary school at Botiano, and then maybe secondary school at Botiano, admission and then over Tuba new divisional police command, over Tuba market and BC that our constituency Bano lorry acquire football meeting in Saka. There is no community of a Kuboha electoral area of Mensano Ejuma. And now a brand new maternity ward that basically a more condition planning yama. Ejuma de my every project a whole special isolation ward that were months from mid say ye can Ejuma party of your constituency is there. They've never had an entity who has worked as much as I have. But no question woman is there. Apart Yamin Crop went Piamet MPP for. Voter NDC in 2020 are only lose 37,000. It's the same vote they had this time. So also was why? It's just like the national election. John Mahama didn't have more than what he had today. At the same vote, party, and I movie Yastofa, But Yemima Ngropon say we wish the new incoming government well. So they should be able to do more than the in the politics there look. Me 43 years of American Parliament. In two batches, me 43 years of my now 4 years in just my life doesn't depend only on the 4 years. I'm clear, politics. Yes, you exit one day. We will continue to fight for the development of this country. I mean, I think that the MPP, one for 2 back in less than 6 months, or more fighting for power back. And the media, I tell you, the spirit of the MPP is not dead. We will continue to serve in any capacity possible. We will be very critical of the government, constructive criticism. Okay. They work for the good people of this country. We wish them well. And the media, let them a consequence. And you'll be when you're praying to serve in that capacity. For having opportunity to serve my people for 4 years, no problem. It's an honor they've done me. Maybe more than money. Now, me too, if you constituency, I will continue to be with them. I've been a member of parliament 4 years. Maybe a minister, deputy minister. My police minister. My door are always open. There's no police meeting, not even the driver. I've been ordinary just as I came, and I'm still the same. And the media, my opportunity, my son, say, Nipano say a different person should serve. We thank God. The only thing is that we measure the work today. And this is the my so I thank God for my life, and I thank God for the life of my constituents. And the I wish the incoming MP well. Say he should be able to do more than I've achieved in this constituency. It is development development where constituency in the community are. And I'm not bothered one bit. I thank God for having given me opportunity to serve. The new patriotic party, a very sober reflection of what has happened, will be available to support in whichever way possible as a party. Now, we've seen this before. MPP, we came from opposition, we lost it, we went to opposition, we came back. So any new to any democratic dispensation, we share all over the world. Any strong political party is a party who goes to opposition and come back. So for me, any new to me. In 2000, I had no opposition 33 years. We won power in 2001. After 8 years, President Kufuor, we went to opposition. Maybe 8 years, we came back. So for me, Ghana the expectation of the Ghanaian, the new government will do better than the MPP. And I think the NDC supporters should know that maybe or China, they could be at the other side. I won the election year 2020. NDC for billboard. A fly till the contractors, and then the billboards, they were pulling it down, breaking into offices, and it's becoming the culture of the NDC. Say, government warehouse, we don't do that. This is a civil society. Transition, transition. There's a government today till 6 January 2025. I have handed over power peacefully. Yeah, the flag bearer of the MPP has given a wonderful concessionary speech. I may feel nerves should be calmed. But I won't be surprised if you and this is for when they were in power. If you tender document internally, Parliament, yes, swear in 2009. Parliament said the Parliament, MPs, and this is supporters went there. This is not the culture we want to build in that country. You're winning power for 8 years. Be with the MPP. And they should learn. To trust them. And I think that their national leadership must rate them in. Democracy, you've been in power, you've been in opposition, you've been in power, and then what about power? You can go back to opposition. The mandate belongs to the people, and they must respect the people. Look, the next election, actions and inactions of this NDC incoming administration have started. People have started taking note. And then now win election go break away. They've lost some vote in probably to Obama by their actions in certain places. So elections there, and dana to Abano, and you continue thing. And it's a build-up. Media, say, and they say now, but you ask God for direction. But I trust God that the MPP will rebound and will come back stronger. We should have back for 2 years. Vote I in 2020 is the same vote. The MPP for sorry for Tuaba, not Apathy Ama, would have continued and would have broken the age. But if it goes to the Nyama or say a proper investigation and introspection, now you're correcting Nyama. And that is how every institution will call down, you do a proper analysis and post-mortem of whatever happened, then you can come back. More apportion blame Emma Obi say we say we and at this stage. Let cool heads fail, Obi cool it off for a while, we'll bounce back. We share the caliber of people who are going out. It doesn't mean they are bad. I'm not sure Nipa or lose election. It doesn't mean they are bad. But it's election. That is how elections are. And if you are a consummate Democrat, you must be prepared for all these things. And you rally your people. With Jumapa, I've seen people go out of parliament and they come back stronger. So it's not the first time ever here. So these things, in politics now, here we are. It gives you time to concentrate on your private businesses. You grow yourself, you have family to take care of, you have friends to support, and you move on.
All right. Honorable Mamena Wasi, na me try say me analyst kakra wo constituency and me share English Botiano English Amanfo constituency. Let me say you created in 2012 and NDC was the first party winning year and 2016 MPP Mobeji na motoa so in 2020. Na Osha voter would a winning year in 2020. That's 42,806, 53.3%. As against Alexander Akweku, our no 37,502. And Edi Wachi, any the Abba Ama Enyoma Atene Kakrano. Minim attribution said okay say nipa no na MP ametwaba. Unfortunately for me your friend say certified results no in our system is in the house. I feel no more load certified results no, but share nipa only ni gina ya. I think say only the same person in the call this year, right? Hello, Honorable. I'm sorry, we're free. Honorable Free Ahomana Sunti, my Yenshana. Okay. Now, maybe say the candidate are in Juna 2020, only the same person about.
No, a different candidate.
Yes.
But they all had the same vote 37,000.
Okay. It says 37,000 Anna or dear winning.
37,000. So is the NDC vote of 37,000 in 2020? Is the same vote than new candidate in here?
Okay.
So you ask yourself why? You're in polling stations now.
It is 5,000 difference now. Or the man, no, and some Krofona Metwaba this year.
And more didn't come to vote. So we share analysis now. And American, if you have the certified results, it's the same 37,000 at NDC 20. The same way no money. Intermediate, be it as it may, we will go back. We are analyzing polling station by polling station. I've not slept. Sebi, any future MPP candidate or whoever that will be will have the benefit of the analysis and then a very informing party, as to how to re-strategize and reorganize for us to go. And see, for me, more will come after the bottom line is that the electorate has made a decision to respect same and will have to regroup as a party. And the party Nibia Diao, one Anya, there's my caution will be a more portion blame. Yenya holistic analysis, polling station by polling station, electoral area by electoral area. We'll know where we fall short, then we'll be able to pick the pieces together again and present ourselves once again. Because in this constituency, our record is superior. And we hope that in future we'll still rally around our records for us to win power again. It's not new in politics. So seats are in the history of this country. We've lost them. But in the same way, we can also go back and win seats we've never won before.
Okay. Honorable, Sylvester Tetema, Yenda Wase, Ewo Bra Waje, any Edin Komo, and Nanope. Yadasi, Honorable Sylvester Tete, and say Yeneno AD and Komono. But Ma yanko Western North na Bodi constituency na yanko Honorable Samson Ahi a maintaining sa seat no with 13,086 as against Nicholas Ando or man tough time and 9,230. Honorable Samson Ahi anope ye mwachi emwakwa baba Adom TV so. Na aponum to say
ya mere mo mpa bo ye ho ye mo so ho to say
ye ho ye papa me kai se enano 7 December no pa no ye te wonka na waso aye hye se skamishes bi ni niam bi ikoso ase amanfo peso mo bo mfe I hope say bibia akọ
yo na mate na chama ti fo ina le bada ya mi ase se abato no ele hye to no ewie ewo asudwemu roba ko ewo amoya na basa di esi ho na aposifo no omo intervene na abato no koso ho asudwemu anti let's not can say so far so good it is a bibia ama everything is fit no oh good anti let's not can say aposifo asoja for mo ba bodi they were so disciplined they say omo anko police station there a station at one place and attending banner say only more offer na omo intervene quickly and police sponsor everybody two patrols and she also ayejuma pa and she ever police sponsor baso and security in general ever mo baso ewo support omo ye electoral commission so boarding so omo so ayade pa anti bia akọ oyeye ama lehu le odin kunini ne odin kugu.
All right. Honorable Samson Ahi, let's just say fourth term awoko parliament ni right?
Oh yes, system.
Okay, fourth term as a Bodi MP, but
fourth term Bodi in the 2 terms. Oh,
Jahbless, yes. Yama manfu hunu say Jahbless constituency. Initially no, and a night Honorable Samson Ahi, or emrashibi we 2008 results Diana demo in 2008 30,000 as at the time. Against John Ahi, our Nusunya 13,000 or the every year. Now, trends now. Bodi constituency no into being in 2012, and now Bodi constituency no and 24 ete now omotes our constituency since omote eba basis abring no Honorable Samson Ahi and ekitemwa aba bisi ene. I just say, and yet, as I'm Kitwakra. Now, 2024 is working. Honorable, initially, now I am Shaka Krasan City in Mefun Zambwa.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Now, what happened? Who shot the Mama vote? No, I don't vote now. Who was there? It's near woman. As a Mama, more vote than me. That wasn't enough. MPP parliamentary candidates they were not campaigning for Baumia. They were campaigning for themselves. And the Omuko Cross and Omokana said, what Baumia about Mama, the Montomano. Now I'm to the Jusa, Monto Catabra, and my auntie, we had that problem. And
also MPP candidates now a war Western North no.
Majority were campaigning for themselves. I'm not campaigning about Baumia. Oh, come on, the opening. I want to Mahama Kurana. I'm doing the Montomam.
Wow.
And the election of Jessica is going to channel war. What do you mean to me? Master, I get the war. Yes, no, me acquire say, yes, no. That Nipa doesn't need to move Bobo, you cannot. And it's about to say. Anything I'm not telling you in a cause. What I have told you, what I say, President Mama, from your vote, the difference.
13,843 as against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 7,884. But over parliamentary now, parliamentary depending on 9,000, that means 2,000 more than Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But over 13,000 you maintaining.
Parliamentary candidate, was campaigning for himself, not Bawumia. And it's not to
we serious revelation, partner. What the actual
I also secret that, and of course.
I was Western.
I campaigning for India. Almost say, in fact, about to women. It's serious here now. And say a pity against
skirt and blouse.
Yes. That you campaigning at a point. It was not about you very way. And I say economy not say equality. You have to focus on preaching against skirt and blouse because candidates, the campaign now is a model.
MPP candidates, a campaign. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That was what happened.
But me share statistics and I share trends. It's like over the years, percentages are not ikitao. This year, I no share esote because in 2012, both the constituency in the buy into existence. No, the main code Jahbless sumpo. What the 69.7% and a win year. In 2016, what the 57.8%. And 2020, only 48% anyway. But I say 2024 and I say Pija Kakra.
Yes. Well, in fact, 2020 elections, it wasn't a normal election.
I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm before year. It's been almost I feel no. Look, 2020 elections, I want to I send this 4,000 good 5,000 good funds.
Sapphire Day. Sapphire Day.
No, I'm not or the injustice that General Trabamano.
4,000, 50,000 individuals and groups.
Individuals, 4,000. Oh, so Momo. No, now one who said that time, I can't bear 5 months election. I must say, I'm open small scale company.
That was COVID time, right?
That was COVID time, around that time.
Okay.
Under that notion, I don't know how the exercise come an individual.
Okay.
And the now to do what it. And that period was so difficult for NDC and Pizina. And now I'm going to repeat system 2024.
Okay. Honorable say.
I am one of the code you go. I'm coming here for that.
Say, Ebi also ye biana. One cherry. Honorable Samson, you want cherry.
Proud to lessons, no much. I
the credit to every Ghanaian that we must be proud of. So you see that because of the things we put in place and your support and the support of the larger community and other stakeholders, we are gradually getting to the end of a campaigning cycle or period where we haven't seen much of the things that put us on tenterhooks. Let us finish hard and prove a point to the rest of Africa that truly Ghana is always a trailblazer. And let us use our collective achievement to let the black man, and for that matter African, shine in the eyes of the rest of the world. Let's finish hard on the campaigning. Then when we come to the D-Day, it's another leg. Let's double our commitment, which we are doing from the security point of view. That is why I keep referring to a 5,430-something or 40-something page document, a blueprint, a deployment plan for only the D-Day. That demonstrates the amount of effort, commitment, and energies we put in place in ensuring that we work together with you and other stakeholders to make this election a one of a kind in terms of peace, security, law, and order. The credit will be for all of us. So let us all get on board. Then on the D-Day, in terms of deployment across the polling stations, we are there. Across the hotspots, we are there. Across the coalition centers, we are there. And also across patrols and rapid response, we are there. We are currently working with the telcos to assign to us a dedicated number that will be used in this room. We will share that with you, share that with all the political parties, share that with all the stakeholders, so that wherever you find yourself, when there is a situation and the situation you think that is not being managed well and you need intervention at the very highest, you can, through calling that number, assess myself directly and assess any of the commissioners and the team members on the ground. And we are going to use an engagement approach to handle the situation by bringing on board all the stakeholders at the very highest level, so that at the end of the day, any situation that normally starts very small, then because of lack of perfect mechanism for resolving it, it gets out of hand, we will virtually eliminate it. Let me explain that probably better. Normally what we've seen at the polling station, something will happen, something very trivial, that need a little patience and a little patience and a little engagement to iron out the differences. It will be more handled, and at times the security personnel on the ground will do his very best, and so you have issues with party officials, agents, and others trying to create problems. When that happens and it comes to our attention, we will call to their grounds from here, get the regional commander, other senior officers on grounds on the phone, get the political parties from their national level, their district level, constituency level, also on the phone, and find out what exactly is the matter on the ground. And it may come in multiples, but because the dedicated line has core transferring capacity or capability, we will be able to be dealing with multiple issues at the same time, because as soon as it comes, we will then refer it. A commissioner will be on it. He may call a general secretary of the two parties or national organizers of the two parties. He will call an agent of the parties on the ground, and we look at the issue. And when they get to know that the very top is helping them to solve it, they'll end up not taking matters into their own hands before we go in there and reactively respond to a situation that has gotten out of hand. So a lot of thinking is going into this whole process and trying to look at all the possible issues that can bring problems and find a very peaceful mechanism to resolving them in a manner that will help us to make sure that at the end of the day, little misunderstanding that may come, the way they are resolved to the satisfaction of everybody will lead to no problem in terms of any violence. The other point that we keep also saying, also to the people who think that they can probably come out making statements to intimidate and do all that, we want to tell them that life will become very uncomfortable for them. So they shouldn't even try it. Because at the end of the day, when you do anything and de-escalation fails, you do anything and engagement fails, when we come and we'll come with the full force of the law in a manner that dignifies us as a people, please don't complain. And it is here that we want to seek your support as we do that, in a way that the people will know that at the end of the day, if the police also get it right, they have people to speak for them. Than the normal issue that when we get it right, it's no news. It's normal. But as soon as we seem to got it wrong, even if the facts are now clear, it's a big news. Let's help ourselves to avoid that. So in summary, in terms of the preparation for the election, this is just the excerpt I want to give you to be comfortable and use it to tell your people who listen to you across the country that Ghana will continue to enjoy the peace that it has been enjoying during this period of the election, and even that peace, because of the way all of us will work together to prosecute this election in a manner that winners will know that they have won. Losers will also know that they have lost, and they have lost fairly. And therefore, they have no business trying to incite anybody to do anything that will disturb the peace. Will be clear in their mind, and there will be no motivation for them to do that. And this country will continue to enjoy the peace that we cherish so dearly, for which we have become the envy of the rest of the continent. Now, let me speak to the reason why we are here today. We are here today because of you. We know the critical role that you are playing in this country, and we know how critical that role has become during these particular elections. And for that matter, we are concerned about your safety and security. So we decided to call you and let you know what we have put in place to give you the peace of mind, for you to be able to go about your duties without any fear of thinking that something will happen to you, or happen to your household, or happen to the institution that you work. So that is the main purpose. And we are doing it in a manner that one of my colleagues will speak to, in terms of the 6 or 7 points that we will put in place to work with you. This time, a little different from what you have been experiencing in the past. And when we are able to work together on this line, we can assure you, you yourself will have more confidence to go out there and do your job. You have more confidence to operate from the facilities that you work with. And you have more confidence to close from work and go to home safely without thinking of any harm being done to you. So that is the reason why we call you. And when your officers leave, we can have a discussion and tell you in detail what it is, and then take more input from you to improve upon what we want to serve you with. In conclusion, you are once again welcome. But I have one plea. And the plea is that you are such a powerful force in our democratic dispensation. One thing that is of concern to all of us is information. And the concern becomes very negative when it is misinformation and disinformation. We should make sure that we work together so that during this elections period, misinformation, more information, and disinformation will have no role in this. It is for that reason that we are setting up National Election Security Task Force Press Briefing Center, a tent, air conditioned, with a capacity to take on the average of 100 reporters. You can come, we'll serve you with coffee, we'll serve you with tea, and of course biscuit. And relax, and you can be with us 24/7. And we will be sharing the information with the speed of light. Something has happened, it has come to our attention, we are dealing with it, we'll come and give you more details. And if you have more details to give us, you bring it to our attention, we'll cross-check, then we put it out there. And instantly, every now and then, there'll be somebody there to speak. And we are doing that in a manner that has also not been done before. The people who will be speaking on these matters will be speaking in 7 languages, so that we'll be able to reach everybody, for everybody to get an understanding. So what is the plea that we want from you as you help us to fight misinformation? Please, if you hear something, put your patriotic, nationalistic hat on first, so that you assess it to say, if it's the truth, and I put it out there, no problem. But if I'm not sure of it and it's a hearsay, please let's be a little patient. Check with us. Check with any other institution or stakeholder who has better and further particulars on it, so that let us be very sure before we put it out there. That will save a lot of lives, and it will create an avenue for people to make sure that they will not put any information that are not true out there, thinking that the media will carry it because this is what has come out, and by the time that the true facts come out, then the thing turned out to be something. But if the people get to know that the information going to go out there, even if the media hears it, they will make sure that they will not rush into it. They will dot some I's and cross some T's to be very sure to a reasonable extent before putting it out there. Those people will be very careful trying to shape around misinformation and disinformation. This is our plea to you. But for now, we want to speak to the reason why we call you. So once again, you are welcome, and we look forward to a fruitful deliberation. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Inspector General of Police. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the first session. May I kindly request the cameras to excuse us, the cameras and the reporters. Please leave.
Are giving copies of the results at the polling station level. I think this heightens the level of transparency. But under the CI 127, we also have a process for the collation of the results, and it does not stop at the polling station. It does not stop at the receipt of pink sheets from the polling stations. Ours is quite an elaborate process that involves the political party agents at every step of the way. Additionally, it involves the observers, the media, and citizens as well. And the process emanates from the pink sheets, and it's important to note that the pink sheets form the basis of the results that are announced, whether it is at the constituency level for parliamentary candidates or whether it is at the national level for presidential candidates. But it starts and emanates from the pink sheets at the polling station. Once the results are counted at the polling station and parties are satisfied with the count of the ballot papers, they then go on to fill out the pink sheets, after which party agents sign on to these pink sheets and are provided with copies. As you may be aware, a copy of those pink sheets are posted at every polling station across the country. From there, the pink sheets are sent to the Constituency Collation Center, where you have the agents of the parties as well. And right at the collation center, no counting is done. What is done is the results from the pink sheets, and this is done at the Constituency Collation Center. It is done in the presence of the agents of the parties and observers and media partners, And once parties are satisfied, they go on to sign the collation forms provided at the Constituency Collation Center. They are also given copies, and a copy is also pasted at the Constituency Collation Center. From the Constituency Collation Center, the results travel to the region, where party agents are also present, to the head office, that is at the National Collation Center. Again, the results come through fax, and it is done in the full glare of the party agents who receive the fax, and they review it against what they may have received from their respective parties. If they are happy and it conforms to what they have received, they then endorse it. After endorsement, the results are projected and as provisional results. Those provisional results are brought to the commission, and we scrutinize it. And as the returning officer for the presidential, I go on to sign this. I'd like to ask that citizens exercise patience. It's just been 23 hours since the close of polls. The process is elaborate, it is inclusive, it involves the political parties and observers at every step. And the whole idea is to ensure that what comes up at the end of the day has involved, it's a bottom-up approach that has involved all the agents at all levels. And at the end of the day, what comes up is acceptable by all the candidates and their supporters and the citizens as well. So this is the elaborate process we have. And we thought that this afternoon it was important to allay the fears and the anxieties of citizens. The Commission is going to intend and will uphold the will of the people as expressed at the polls, and that will is what has been captured on the pink sheets. However, it's important that we exercise patience, we take our time, and we are very thorough in producing the results at the national level. As we speak, we have had results coming from Ahafo, and we are expecting more results coming in the next few hours. We are trusting, we believe that within 72 hours, and this has been the norm, we should be able to declare the results of the presidential election. As I indicated, we broke that record in 2020 and declared it in 48 hours, but we do have 72 hours within which to declare the presidential results. Of course, if all the results come in the next hour and we review them, we would not wait until 72 hours or 48 hours before we do so. It's important to mention also that the delays in some of the collation centers has resulted from the besieging of our centers by supporters of the parties. In the anxiety and in the excitement, some supporters of political parties have besieged our collation offices, making it difficult in some cases for our officers to carry out their functions. We have spoken directly with the leadership of the political parties, and we've asked them to recall their supporters. We believe that this should be done, and our supporters, our staff should have an unhindered access and the free space to collate the results. So as I mentioned, we are looking forward to seeing the results. Of course, in cases where it's impossible to collate results for a particular constituency, where it would not affect the outcome, and where the winner would still emerge winner with at least 50% plus one, the decision has been taken by the Commission to proceed with those results, even if we don't have certain constituencies as part of the final results. Once we come up with the final results, we would look at that and include it. But in order not to waste time where there's some difficulty to collate constituency results, we will proceed to collate the presidential results without it, and so long as it does not affect the outcome of the final result. So we'd like to thank you very much for your attention, And we believe that in the next few hours, we should be receiving some of the results. As I indicated, we have received the results from the Ahafo region, and we believe that the others would be coming soon. Before I end, I'd like to assure you, I think the Commission has walked the walk of transparency. We have walked the walk of accountability. We have walked the walk of responsiveness. And we have walked the walk of inclusiveness. And this has been evident from the very start of our electoral calendar, that is in the preparation of the voters' register to date. I think that the evidence is clear. The matter speaks for itself, as my colleagues in law would state. And the transparent manner in which we have conducted ourselves has ensured that this election has been peaceful, it has been credible, it has been fair, and it has been acceptable by all stakeholders. So we'd like to assure you and assure all the people of Ghana that it is the will of the people as expressed at the polls that has been reflected on the pink sheets that will travel from the polling station to the constituency, to the region, and to the National Collation Center that would be declared at the end of the day. It is the people's choice. As President of the Republic of Ghana, that would be announced, and we believe, so help us God. Yes. So on behalf of the Commission, we thank you very much for your time. We believe that in the next few hours, we are hopeful that the results will start trickling in. And if it becomes necessary to hold another press conference, we will do so. But to the citizens of Ghana, we ask that you exercise some patience. So transparent has been the process, and I believe that, I think right from the first few hours after the opening of the polls to date, we have held, this is the 8th press conference that we have held as part of the 2024 election. Indeed, prior to this time, the Commission held only one press briefing, and that was when the results were going to be announced. We believe that even in the next couple of hours, you would walk with us, you would journey with us on the journey of transparency, accountability, responsiveness, and inclusiveness as we receive the results that will come in from the regions. We assure the citizens that we will work hard in their interests as our key stakeholders to ensure that every vote that is cast at the polling station counts. Well, thank you so much for your attention this afternoon, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much.
All right, so that's the EC chairperson, Madam Jean Mensah, giving us an update. And I think that I would just like to say kudos to the EC because, like she herself said, I mean, prior to this election, we've never really had updates from the EC throughout the election. But this time around, this particular one was the 8th, update, which is
involved, get them arrested and put them before the court. There are a few of them still out there, but we have not stopped looking for them. And they know. But they should know this. For how far can you run for how long can you hide? Because we will not forget you. Because when we forget you, we give you the opportunity to come back and do the things that you do again. So as long as we have booked you in our records, that you are somebody we are looking for, we will pursue you until we find you. The only thing that will stop us from pursuing you is maybe if the person passes on, then that is the end of the game. Until that, the caution is that we know whom we are looking for. Within the pocket of incident that has happened, the few ones that we've not arrested will come for you, and you know that rarely we've come for you. Because we will not allow anybody, be it individual or a group, to disturb the peace of this country. Because we don't have a second Ghana, we have only one Ghana. So be assured. Now going into this election, you have also seen that the implementation of that blueprint has brought us to a level. This time round, the component we are implementing is the electioneering campaigning component. So you will see that throughout the electioneering campaign, now that you have only 2 weeks into the whole process in terms of the end of the campaign, you yourself as Ghanaians, as media officers and civil society, you are attest to the fact that the whole electioneering campaign has also been very peaceful because of the security arrangement we put in place, because of the way the political parties and their leaders have comported themselves, because of the way Ghanaians, because of our love for our country, have comported ourselves. So the credit goes to all of us. And it is our prayer that from now till the end of the campaigning period, and also during the D-Day and the post-election period, we'll maintain the same momentum or even improve upon it, so that at the end of the day, the elections will pass in a manner, in terms of its peace and security, that has never happened in this country. We, from where we sit as security agencies, we are convinced that is what is going to happen. The elections, in terms of its peace and security, we will work together with you.
It is a Kevin Taylor hand comment come kunu
8 senior
come kunu and me danyame say am oba no oya na abefam no koba wu no
ni maku
ye aye nim ni yenim untimi media house say wo Ghana ha wo mu CEO said that call meeting ko jisika against Mahama minimo it will be a one pa me bolding me Mahama yam from soa me am men twemo big car me ameka Mahama nye commander sugar factory in my number 1 uncle started phase 2 credit market in mama Mr. John Dramani Mahama Sa hospital no sisi aferi no. Oba wo de o man ho 7 months on prepare onwie na ombia no ma santemai mai because ne papa abetena kronoma francho. Ne papa abetena kronoma francho. Ayemfo bi ko je ekufo papa nna so. Obetena kronoma francho hwe ne ba no pani di 8 years. Bahama papa we fisrim wa betena kumase kronoma francho no we bie nani wo misi obi a wonim papa bi oye powerful pa afre no so from Mahama papa sunsum no hebe bi otesese a
8 senior 8 senior
kronoma francho na centroni bi a wonim titu kola do moche
we
to so ye bema wo de on ka Mahama sam ya wa wo ze we wa chenglengeno
ba meso enti ye be di bronya obeto obeka correct Christmas tree no
wo say
ye be di bronya for adwo to betu correct Christmas
ye do baby a on esese wo ani a fabo oman no wo susum bi a fabo oman no wo nimdie bi a ye mfa mo oman no etada me ko MPP meeting a wo mutu hwe nimdie no say what happened and I'm say direction
MPP meeting
and the platforms now was I won't kind messages
now we MPP
o say some guy
wa kuma mu de unya e
o da bi me guy
we
Debi Kwame Nkrumah ba no oko UGCC MPP Ujaye Meswe ba no Mako MPP Mejai
Oh good.
No Mejai No Mejai MPP won say pa why no mo de beba 2028 ala no ma je o mo kopa na chopa enu mpo no ohima bi e wo Ghana ha ona betumi ni ala na kasa enu mpo me nye sure me abaya bi e friend ya baby oba me wo bebu sa me o say obi na so na baba o me and I told her said madam endu ba o me so ma mo nya no yodom if you say ofi preko pe Paul sen a moja beba endu ni so eti na na adom ye no yodum no na wo mo ye no against J Kufo oye bosom ya baby se wuni ma me catch J Kufo na ote wo sa oye bosom well say ote hwile mo te ase ya baby ase te be dey to akampa so
oh general J Kufo oye bosom e bia wunnim no
He is smart.
Me permit me can say we want you ye want you.
He is unique.
Patrai. When I memu patrai.
Captain.
What's say bibi we say. And neseka ba obi ete ne ho ase na oye bold catch na say let me step aside and come back later.
Ye dada no.
Eno mo dada no.
Ye dada no.
Omodada na normally ne be see MPP flag bearership akonwa so
MPP for
okay, watch this Professor Dubois he be di MPP flag bearer no we di mfie say ye wo age bi wo ho a won cross ya won dey fa to kan MPP akonwa so unless e ko do 2032 mfie bi wo ho a won dey ya wo to ka so a wo be report cause akonwa no ebuburo na omode ye nyankoma de 1992 no ebuburo no de mfie bai or the age e bai obi aso MPP fo so mo fa ebuburo nya nyankoma de ebuburo na MPP de ye nyankoma de no for the party no or the age bai
adebe so the answer
o say
adebe so the answer
ena mahama hu say ebuburo no 2012 Ghana for the diagro.
Abubro Kosia, I did.
And I'm a hammer coat. Abubro naturally no of 5 doves no. 2016, 2012. At him. They do 2016 no. Now my hammer and my Abubro na artificial. On say, we training doves no. Said about or Kasa Abubro be kwa consider better. It was artificial. My hammer should have gone the natural way, but that time no, na envoy.
Oh, okay.
Na envoy. Eti, age bi o ha wundi ya. MPP presidential akonwa no untu fa oton ka.
Captain Smart.
That is why me pesamia wuku asempa. Ontwen kakra. Unya no ho abotre. So free prekope ponese a ne yem mehwie.
Uye bubro nkosi awate. Sanyame fi ubeye ya and won say why.
What there is ne say. Bahama mfie nan no.
Mahaba is just a bit different.
What say?
It's just a bit different.
He is smart.
Yes. Mahama nye greedy.
Captain Smart.
Sir, oyobi a on. So Mahama yobi a. Aka say our 185 MPs.
No, because you know the Americans are the same. If I will be out to change. The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana
has two
consecutive times or 2 consecutive terms. Granted.
Anya 2.
Mahama indeed akonya 2 consecutive terms.
We do 1 on for 2 years also. Obedi 4 years. On one aka 4.
On 4.
I don't know who the NDC will fill 2028. But 2028, say MPP ni NDC anya careful o me in abeko position.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
Very official announcement, Anna.
Opposition, ewo MPP.
He is smart.
Opposition, ewo NDC.
He is smart. Captain Smart,
the
king of morning shows.
Won't me Ono a be fi akonwa no so regional chairman.
No ho ya bi wo.
So ko bi o ma ho. Obenu suaa ba otwa ni say ya. Obehu ne girl na ote ebu akwado. Anymore
Captain Smart.
Jetta. What you can be good for so we go carry to be asem.
Na easy maame no enche obeba. They say out of 40,976 polling stations that work Ghana hayina no. I mean restart TBM Naja.
For the Lord is on the throne.
Things are getting better.
Things are getting better.
Things are
getting
Security. They do not have a single contract with Kenya. For close to 7 years now. And then, KJTR do not have an insurance company covering KJTR market. Mama so see KJTR, but making sure say, OCSB ever be the board chair. OCSB the board chair. There was an insurance covering KJTR market. Eba the say and at some time, ever be board chair that there was no insurance.
Mede 79 na catch no say no 39,555
boy
out of the 40,976 ABBA. Easy pompo and we declare Mahama winner.
No, he should.
Me catch out say the 7th January me the Mahama Sia Kudra Suya. That's how I make an Montiase. The Mahama Bekwa Kusia Kunya so 7th January. Mekubi. No, Mekubi. Mepe baby engineer and Sam and Akasawi. We are not Bafi.
Dear President-elect, please appoint COP Kofi Boache retired as Ashanti Regional Minister after swearing in.
Kofi Boache Ashanti Regional Minister.
Be the same message every kind.
Sir, at West, National Security Minister. From Dema.
But the first person person chino. No prosecutor no. Hey,
apart from Untu, me person chi opokoina. Me am sofo. Your friend is saying, Kofi Atakra, you fish that friend say, Captain, where do you bet me a cow? Say me mark 2 for say. Jai opokoina say yen chino no can. Sofo, me teba memfa. I see a show opokoina. Next time, Ottawa, and near ma Pentecost a sorry no, Makion di Jai no. How can you superintend over such a rot? Your book judges are dying a whole polyclinic a good farm. Ya West Sika won't fair for software. I would dream of me every board
morning shows.
Opokuina the MPP Sam. Oh, MPP ni mapa.
Opokuina. Apostle.
Na ko mo be no finance Opokuina.
Oh, sir.
Okwa MPP meeting.
Hey.
Na mint. What are you talking about?
Okuta kadi na.
Opokuina ko MPP meeting.
Apostle.
Or a professor, Dr. Apostle. We Janidini Bium. Okwa PP meeting. Na
no economic management team one.
And the minim.
Captain Smart.
Yet was say ECR draw 5. About 39,550. Now 555. Tomorrow draw 5. I'm so more young when you man. As it stands now, Ashanti region, about 1,367,054 votes. What do you Mahama? 709,340.
More than half.
More than half.
But nipa ba ko hinje o.
More than half.
Waji party that time when you Ashanti region na mo din sem hunu na mo asem.
Time
say waji mo so.
Me wo sa me bo din pa wo me show so a. Na wo ya de bi pese o twe ho fi ho. Na ye wan dwen da same town. I want to Opoku ina to resign. But no Opoku ina per animated di.
MBP reanimate.
Bogwina.
MBP reanimate.
No person in Baumia, economic vice president.
Oh, how?
Oh, what's it? Oh, how? Besides a Pentecost and Penifan chance of person who are saying some politician, and as well as who saying so forth. Mr. Bogwina, so man can't say that.
God has blessed.
And many pray, Chairman Yamichesono. Ghana for power, Monko check me Facebook post. No Monko France. And Koshia Pentecost software or France. Say, 6 months before. Say Pentecost, say Kwatuaba, Abe chairman. I said, I'm a catcher about Chairman Yamiche.
God has blessed.
I knew that Chamiche
with so many songs.
Wow. But
Papa, one of these songs just.
The do baby, not person Yamiche disassociating home from Opoku.
Allow me to do it tonight. I hope it's okay.
If say, not the air calling yet. What is that National Cathedral? Opoku in that call. Executive Council no one catch them on say. One more Pentecost in one Sunday and so on for them from National Cathedral.
That's not capable.
God has blessed.
Pentecost one day for it. With millions of dollars a year.
Hey, some more. And
no. Chairman, Namiche. And the then General Secretary. If I say. Oh, me video kwa. I can say when eno de opani yenye. Eno de yenye. Aso na de scan bi beko. Na so de twa scan bi, om de bi koy. Eno om de bi koy.
God has
Ibu Pentecost impeni for say. National Cathedral ye sika na de koy no. Opoku ina mo de ye den on cathedral no.
God has blessed. With so many songs. Papa, one of these songs.
They say almost 5 million.
Pentecost. Pentecost.
Tonight, I hope
5 million Ghana cedis.
Almost.
Can I go on?
Almost 5 million.
Change of Pentecost.
Yes.
Pentecost, almost 5 million Ghana cedis.
SSA, ye chi Opoku onyina. Hey! What am catch bra? Wo de ye uncle da jail kura. Bad 3 days.
God has
Medina cell.
Oh. Chairman,
so
many songs.
Now on my account with a soft on account. Victor Kusibuati, I can't see me shank come say, Baby deeper. Now says I can't must acquire only to me be or empty to paper. I was soon. Le. Paper.
Going.
Kwakumu sam great me say hey. Neja take Gane. Mr. Victor Kusibuati. Mo payen for bia wenya headache keke nkoba no so fa ne santu so. Ne pa no be say ya funya de aka ho.
Ene de GD.
Sha!
And the GD.
Opoku ina Victor Kusibuati. Any ansafo e wo he.
Apostle Kumilabi.
One Apostle Kumilabi. Or that time no. One more penny. They threw away Opoku ina and a man bepe Kumilabi ni Chama Nyamicha asem say afi de meja Chama Nyamicha asem ka. So Opoku ina yenye. Na ka Pentecost ya for film boats nsi ho. They kwaso ko say den ko ba for den ko yede. Enko ye National Cathedral. Na ye yakasa yesi yanso na yewe. But anyway, 555 na saba. This is here me no ka say no. Edio. Mahama dada 56% ho now.
Na be odam dey through. I hear come ko dem.
Na Baumia every 41.85%.
The most miserable defeat ever.
41.55%. Yada Waba. Yaba better so.
God has
of December 2024. Now, one person arrested for possession of weapon at St. Teresa School polling station in Okaikwe South constituency in Accra. The Ghana Police Service has arrested one person, Michael Alute, for possession of weapon at the St. Teresa School polling station in the Okaikwe South constituency in Accra. He is currently in custody, assisting in the police investigation. The National Election Security Task Force, under the chairmanship of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufudampare, will not relent in enforcing its mandate, that is to protect life and property, as well as maintain law and order, among other things. This is GH Police TV. At GH Police TV, we say we are engaging the people for safer communities. I am Chief Inspector Priscilla Nkrumah Pepper. Keep watching for more updates.